Hello Lagos, hello everyone out there. Happy new month. It's the month of July.
Yeah,
Month of perfection, and it's the midst of the year. So everyone who has been following Prime Parents for a while now on Facebook, on YouTube, we say thank you to you. I'm your girl Sheon Adelo, your one and only sunshine. And I am not alone. Doctor is in the building as always, and we are here for another amazing edition on Echo 89.7 FM. The first on your mind.
all right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Doctor.
Thank you once again, everyone of you who have been with us. This program has always been sponsored by Foundation for Family Reformation, with an NGO side with the responsibility of helping today's families to build the future. Last week, about 2 weeks ago now,
Yes,
I started a topic, surviving the economic hardship and its effects on parenting and families. There are quite a number of things I've mentioned, and you can always, as Sunshine has mentioned, you can always watch it on Facebook and YouTube pages. Okay, so should I do a little recap? I don't think so.
in case they miss anything, that would make them check the page.
Yeah. So I've spoken extensively about family disintegration as a result of this hardship, how families has been apart, not necessarily due to violence or divorce, but because people are just trying to see how they can manage the situation. People stay at work many days these days without returning home. In fact, one of my friends, he said the vehicle, the car he has consumes so much fuel that he can no longer afford to do to and fro. So we do 3 days, 4 days before coming back. And you will know that those 2, 3, 4 days of absence at home, it also has its own implications. So we have a lot of people these days that are now letting down their guards. I mentioned something that I've observed in our society recently. For women, even talking about married women, now giving out themselves to people who have been initially who try to
Make advances.
you understand, but these days, because they need to get some changes here and there, those of them, I'm not using the same brush to brush everybody. People who have that, normally they've been coping all this while, but people are now being broken under the weight of this hardship. Many of our security personnel on the road now, they literally ask for, "Okay, what you have for us?"
Happy weekend, sir.
You understand? Even if you carry somebody head inside that vehicle, you go pass. So there is increase in crime rate. There is increase in all sorts, just because we are going through very tough, and this thing has the ripple effect on the family. I'll go to the next. Though I'm going to go on a very short break. So when I return, I'm going to go to the next point, which is increase in mortality and morbidity. Talking about health now. That's what I'll be talking about today. So don't touch the dial, which we'll be right back.
Yeah.
I was lost before you found me, walking roads that led nowhere. You saw something I couldn't see, like I was worth the air I breathe. You spoke my name, I couldn't breathe, like I wasn't just passing through. For first time I believed in every word you said was true. You were right inside my heart. You healed my broken heart. Then you let me for the start. You made me better, but you didn't stay. Taught my heart how to feel that way. Your smile helped me heal. Now reminds me what was real. You gave me love I couldn't fake.
The love I could not fake.
Yeah.
So who is giving you that love? We really need to know.
We are here giving you that love, and really we are here to make you feel better, or we make each other better.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we are here. So that's why I really specifically select that song, because you see, the family, as I said, everybody is going through one very tough situation,
Or the
one way or
other.
the other. We really need to make ourselves feel better. We really need to do that. Now, I want to talk about mortality, okay,
Yeah.
and morbidity. Somebody will ask, what is mortality? What is mortality?
How do I explain that?
Don't need to explain. What's morbidity? Mortality actually means, death. You understand? Immortality. Mortality. When you say something is immortal, that is live forever. So, mortality in terms talks about the rate of talking about death, people dying. Okay, while morbidity on its own is disease. The rate at which people die these days, possibly because the hardship is actually responsible. There are,
Stress.
you understand, causing people to just die. You see on the world these days, you just see gone too soon. What other one that they normally say?
Sunrise to sunset.
You understand? You see rest in peace and all those kind of a thing. Because, and when you see the life expectancy of Nigeria these days, less than 50 now. It's less than 50. You will see 27, 30-year-old. Some of these things are preventable. Some is an act of ignorance. Some is an act of things that they cannot control. You understand? They brought in a young man into the hospital some times ago with some degree of the kidney damage. You understand? These things can be fixed. There are some of these things that could actually be treated.
Kidney.
Yeah. The world has gone that far when it comes to medical advances. But when there are no funds,
Aha.
do you know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
When the funds are not there, it's a big thing. And that is the first point I have. The young man had to die. Not because we cannot do something about it, but there is none. There's one of our babies that they delivered in my center, maybe like last month, and actually from the ultrasound, we've been able to discover that she has a hole in the heart. Okay, so that is why I will also get to that point where I need to tell pregnant people these days
What do you think?
what I want to talk to them about doing what we call anomaly scan
Okay.
to actually find out the health of that fetus, of that baby.
Okay.
You get, as in physically now. There are a lot of structural, as the child is being formed, we can discover so much now through ultrasound. And then we can prepare the mind of the parents in case we find anything abnormal. So the case I was talking about, the baby was born now, and then we needed about 10 million to correct that defect. So I put it on different. In fact, we have gone on GoFunding. I think is it Zenith Bank now, something like that. So open that account, and then whatever people can do. Because at this point, we have to live together to survive together. The ones that we can do. So this is where we are. People have severe challenges accessing funds to take care of their health. So one of these women, about 2 years ago, she had this very big mass in her tummy. She's already emaciated. She just sat down there. She walked to me, said, "Doctor, please, he said, if I'm going to die, let me know exactly what was responsible or what is responsible." He said, "I don't have any money. Can you just scan me? Give me an idea what is going on in my..." I felt terrible. The person I'm talking about now she's long gone. We just have to do as much as we can to help ourselves in getting things done. Another point, apart from because I cannot stay on some point for too long because of our time, is lack of doctors availability. And we have been shouting and talking. People think that's a joke. If we get to a time that maybe we'll go and be bringing the babalawos to come and be consulting. Yes, now. Because with I'm me, I don't get it. On almost on every daily basis, doctors leaves the shore of this country. Now, do you know how much it takes to train one doctor? Just one. And now they are living in droves. Some people somewhere are benefiting from our own labor. Obviously, we train our children and we send them somewhere else. Could you hear me? The schools that are here, say, our people here, are they the ones that build these schools for us?
No.
So it's like we are here producing for the rest of the world, using us while we are saying we are going down. You need to come to most of our public hospitals and see empty consulting rooms. One doctor to about 600 patients.
Wow.
Personally, I see close to 500 patients. Me here. And very soon, some of us are going towards retirement. Nobody is replacing, and I'm the specialty that I run, I'm the only person. I'm the only person. So we need to do, when I'm talking about government, because the government issues has to come into stuff like this, and the people should be able to hold the government responsible. Yes, you have to retain our medical experts. Another point that is driving people, because it's a situation whereby we have a lot of, now presently in my place now, there are some categories of pregnant women we are no longer accepting. Yes, so once you have had like maybe 2-3 CS previously, we cannot, because the hands are no longer available to handle that. So we send them to advance.
Even when you have their record from the onset.
Yes, so the safety of the woman. Because the people on ground now, you understand, will not be able to cope with that level of management. So rather send them to a higher place, and getting into those higher or those tertiary places, the funds not be here. So we now see a lot of our pregnant women now going into traditional homes, going to churches and stuff like that.
And had
To and then at that point, you will now see a whole lot of complications coming from that end. Obviously, is the TBA, he or she trained to handle complicated pregnancies? The answer is no. So then they return to our DSA, because already we are short-staffed, and then who will now, as of the time the woman was a lot stable, we can't really do anything. Say it is now that she's now bleeding, or maybe her womb has torn, maybe possibly she has a ruptured uterus. Is that when, or is she having serious hypertension that is led to what we call preeclampsia, or it becomes eclamptic? She's now throwing fit, she's as in convulsing, and they brought her unconscious, of which a lot of them must have had brain damage even before they could even save them. All right, I just drop those, but because a lot of us who have not been going into, we are not in the corridor of those things, we don't really know. So we have to put these things out there for us to know that any toba no more. Another point is proliferation of adulterated drugs. Our people would rather bring in cheap drugs because there are so many things that is related when it comes to actually getting this. Now, I talked about increase in crime rate because of this same hardship. So people will do some drugs here and there under the bridge, inside their homes, whatever, and they bring it out. That is why I warn people, because I'm speaking to families now. You have been treating malaria, go and check that drug that you are using.
That's true.
It may just be just ordinary gari or baking powder that you have been swallowing.
But would they write, even when you check it, you might not be sure.
That's why you need to go see. There's still way out. Go to some of these standard pharmacies. You understand? Pharmaceutical, whatever. We're fine. Everything has to be by prayer now, anyway. Because if you get there, you even discover that some of those adulterated drugs are even well packaged than the real one. Just all because somebody somewhere just want to cut corners, and he also have excuse that it can't cope with the economic what it takes to produce and all those kind of a thing, and then. Now, people, as I've mentioned, people have resolved also into alternatives. Okay, the alternatives is the tridomedical. They will go and take you to go to Yalagbo and go to. I've seen several of our patients recently coming in for some proper investigation after they have tried this agbo thing. Now, get me right, it's not that this agbo thing are not working, no. But sometimes the quantity that you will need to take, that your kidneys and your liver can cope with, we don't know. That is where science beats it down. When they tell you paracetamol 500 milligrams, there has been enough research to know that an average adult with a working capacity, a kidney that is working to its full capacity, can process it, can actually metabolize it, and stuff like that. But the same about somebody say you should take a whole jug of one thing you just swallow down, and then before you know it, your eyes started turning green. And the bile duct is blocked, and then the liver is looking terrible. Okay? So all these things as a result of, let's see how we can beat the situation. So those are the things that we are talking about. So let me quickly talk about, before I go on a short break, the issue of increase in malformations is a surge. We have seen a surge in it now. Okay, from babies. You give that to babies without head. You see some of them without brain, short bones, bad kidneys, destroyed liver. Yes, they are now just cannot think the one I mentioned before.
The hole in the heart.
The hole in the heart. I'm just using some of these terms so that we can get along. We are dealing with the Gen Zs. People that are getting pregnant now, an average age, maybe they are like between 25 to 35. So these people are born within the what I call maybe at a time where the technology is now
Much more advanced.
much more advanced. So we are looking at possibly the phones, the radiations. You know, these days we have been taught and we have spoken extensively about some of the radiations that is coming from some of these gadgets that can be destructive to tissues, to human tissues. You know, I think it was here I spoke about this, what's it called? The earpiece,
Yes.
the
AirPods.
AirPods, the one that you charge.
Yes.
Okay, we've seen studies that shows that the waves that is being released is like from an average AirPod, it's like putting your head inside a microwave. And then you see some people put it on their ears
All day.
all day, even they sleep with it. We are saying these things so that we can gain knowledge. Then you can go and Google. The information is wild everywhere. So it's not just about watching skits and somebody walking naked somewhere and it's entertaining you the whole day and you are just pressing phone. You don't go to places where you can actually get things that are beneficial to your life. These things are very important because now we have made it mandatory that all pregnant women must have an anomaly scan at between 18 and 20 weeks of gestation.
Okay.
At that time, the baby is fully formed. We can see all the structural parts and we can dictate if there are issues. Even up to now, I bet we see the breaks on people. At the end of the day, you give birth to a child that looks like a monkey or that looks like I don't know what to call it. It will be terribly traumatizing. Let's go on a very short break. When we return, we're going to open the phone lines and then we get along from there. Don't touch the dial.
At all.
You made me better, but you didn't stay. Choice I tried to make. Haven't listened what you told. Here's a part I can't erase. I'm stronger than I was before, but I can't losing you. You opened up a different door than all the time I love you. If I had to choose again, through the joy.
Welcome back. It's still Prime Parent with Dr. Toyin Ajayi-Osakwe, and I still remain your one and only Sunshine. Welcome back.
Yeah. So, Sunshine has a question.
Aha. So, doctor, you talked about people going for different scan.
Yeah.
And I've had situations with people and they tell you that, every time when you go to the hospital, they will tell you, do scan today, do scan tomorrow. That it's not really every time you need to do that scan.
Yeah.
That what you need scan for is to guess the EDD, that's the expected date of delivery. That the first scan is what really shows that period. And I'm not sure when is the right time to always do that.
The scan.
The scan.
Now, the scan is very important.
Okay.
It's just a way technologies have helped us to see the baby in utero. Okay. That is baby that is inside the womb. And as you have clearly said, the first scan is important. But there is what we call diagnostic. Okay. As in, we really want to be sure whether there is a baby there or not. The first thing, the most reliable to diagnose pregnancy is the pregnancy test, the beta HCG test, the one that the strip.
Yes.
That's the one. That one shows 2 lines. Done. Okay. Now, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after your period. No, let's say like 5 weeks after your period, you can come for the first scan. Because anything less than 4 weeks, the scan will not reveal it.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So we advise people to come possibly 5 weeks after that last period.
Oh, okay.
5 weeks that the period did not show up.
Yes, that you are not sure that you are pregnant.
You understand?
If you miss your first period.
Yes, 5 weeks after your missed period. Let me use that word. 5 weeks after your missed period. That is when you come for scan. And that will tell us the age of that baby, and it will also give us the expected date of delivery, which, as you said, is very, very essential. That is the most accurate. Other ones, as the baby is growing in sizes, the date of delivery will change due to the measurement of the biometry. We are measuring the head in two dimensions, the one they call biparietal diameter, then the one that is head circumference. Then we'll measure the abdominal gut. Then we'll also measure the thigh bone, which is the femur bone. These three will give you the age of the baby and the weight of the baby.
That's for the next one. Or
that is the next one that you are going to do, possibly at maybe 16 weeks, 4 months.
Okay.
You understand? But a lot of people come first trimester, which is between that 5 weeks and 12 weeks.
Oh, okay.
At that point, you are just measuring the length of the whole length of the baby, because the baby is very small. You just measure the whole length. That's all. You understand? So, as I was saying, then there may be other subsequent scans. For instance, somebody can be bleeding. You will do scan to find out what is going on. Somebody can be having serious pain. You will do scan. Somebody can have fibroids with pregnancy. You will do scan. Somebody can have ovarian cyst with pregnancy. You will do scan. The baby may be trying to abort itself. These days, baby don't want to come to Nigeria. When you see a lot of, I don't like, you know, jokingly really, but serious. Why are we having it so much? A lot of them with japa. So you will see mother that really want this baby and whatever. You see some of them, even at what's it called? At 10 that we are expecting them 41, 42, 43 weeks. You will join us here and we will gather together. Not in this country. You know, that was on the lighter note. So a situation whereby babies is delaying that much, you will continue to do scan to ascertain the state of that baby.
But they are looking at the cost, because scan cost comes with a cost.
To get belle now cost. So I tell people, you are not ready. No, we are talking about pregnancy. To raise the child income. So you better go and do family planning if you are not ready to spend money. Yes, you will spend money. So before you go and carry one girl, you go draw something down, so you want to do. You think well. It's about money. So that's what I'm talking about. Economic hardship. Wow. Surviving. Because on the norm, all these things, even the insurance that we're talking about, doesn't cover as much. Okay? Our time is fast spent. You are not even checking time for me to do, so I should continue. Okay,
alright,
so
that's all we can take for today.
Continue.
Same time, same station. Next week, God willing, we'll be here again for another edition of Prime Parents with Dr. Toyin Ajayi-Osakwe. See you then. Don't forget to subscribe and join us online, Facebook and YouTube. Prime Parents.
Prime Parents.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Sunshine, sign out. Bye.
Every piece you left behind still lives inside my mind. I was broken, you were the truth, but nothing in this life is true. Now I carry what you gave.